If I understand, you know the discussion very well. We are talking about an item that has components. For you to take innovation from the research institute to the farmer, it involves a lot of processes because innovation in itself is one package. Then the information to be taken from that center to the farmer is another package. And what do I mean by package of information? Is because it is not about the innovation alone. It also has to do with other vital ingredients and factors that will make sure that this farming works. If you do not understand the weather system, if you don't understand the soil system, if you don't even understand the community you are taking this innovation to, extension fails. There is no amount of innovation you are going to take to the farmers or you can produce without this component that you'll be able to have food sufficiency or the farmers going. Like, for example, if the person is not interested, you have to get him interested. Because these are all principles of agricultural extension. He has to be interested. The age must be right. His learning experience must be there. And then his ability to adopt based on that knowledge is also important. So I cannot, for example, develop a tomato variety and just take it from one point and give it to the farmer for him to be able to develop. No, it won't work. Because he needs all these ingredients put together to say, who is the person I'm taking this technology to? Is he interested really? What is the weather reading like? So for us in agricultural research in this country, I think we are ever ready and a lot of innovations have been brought in. Now let me tell you, for the purpose of information, for example, where Professor Ikani just left, that is the National Agricultural Extension and Research and Liaison Services. Every year they have vital information about the rainy season and the dry season, to put it mildly. Now, these are the information that are needed. One, to develop a policy, because you can't run away. There must be a policy of government to say this. All these issues of ADP, training and visit, all are packaged into the policy of the government. So, based on the information that they have brought, including prices, marketing system, these are all information that are needed to boost production. But for our agricultural research system, there is no agricultural research institute here that does not boost or proud itself of bringing in innovations.
So where's the problem? Why are we still struggling with food sufficiency? If you say the research institutes are functioning optimally.
Yes. Now, you see, like I said, if you go to, for example, National Cereals Research Institute, you find out that they have over 75 varieties of rice. And they did this research in order to address the various parts of this country, weather condition, disease condition, and of course, the rainy season, the flood system. If you go to Naihot in Ibadan, there are various varieties of tomato that they have produced. Now, where the problem lies, as is being emphasized, is our ability to harness information about that crop and hand it over to the farmer for the farmer to be able to utilize that.
Is it the problem of the government or the problem of the farmers?
No, it's multifaceted. Extension is not just about government. Extension is about the individual. I've told you, even the individual. Yakuta mentioned it. He said, your even ability to adopt that new product that is given to you also matters. He said, we have the laggards. These are people that cannot be changed. You have the early majority. You have the late majority. You have the innovators. These are all categories. So it is not just about government. While government is doing its own thing, there is a need also for the farmer to also get ready and get interested in what is happening. Now remember that these farmers are being diverted by so many things. During political era, once the money is flowing, I don't see you bringing in farmers to the farm. During rainy season, during disease, during security, these are all factors that put together and discourage farmers from going to farm. So it is not just about government, it is also about the individuals. Again, what is also being emphasized is the character and nature of the people that actually take this information. For example, if I register as an extension specialist, for example, am I really interested in that work? Or do I see it just as an avenue to make money? So you find out that We have 16 agricultural research institutes in this country, including NCAM, that is for mechanization. But we also have, in addition to the universities, we also have colleges, federal colleges of agriculture, and their responsibility is to train middle-level manpower. But that does not stop there. It doesn't stop there because the mere fact that you have a degree in extension does not mean that you are an extension specialist. So what do we do? Let me finish. What do we do? We are saying that there must be a specialist training for all those that we claim are agriculturalists to go into extension. Now, if, for example, I say this times without number, for you to get a competent veterinary doctor, you need to go into internship. For you to get a medical personnel, you go to internship. For pharmacists, they need internship. Do we have this type of facility to train extension workers? To move them from mere certificate to the actual practitioners of extension. Irrespective of the university you graduate from, whether you are the first, the last, irrespective of the Federal College of Agriculture you graduate from, what we need there is an extra training similar to what is happening in other professions, so that the person you are bringing in now understands truly what his responsibility is. And by so doing, you don't just go and get anybody and say, come and train in extension. The interest must be there. Now, if he has the interest, you package those that are interested in extension work together, put them under that tutelage of internship, and believe you me sincerely, by the time you do that, the farmers will be able to get what is needed, from the research.
So, Prof, are you saying there's something wrong with the curriculum of agricultural extension in the country?
Curriculum.
Because if agricultural extension is a 5-year program in universities.
Yes.
Now, if you're asking for an addition, to that program, so are you saying that the present curriculum at the moment, does not meet present-day reality?
You see, it's not about curriculum. You have the teaching knowledge. You have the certificate. But I have compared extension and agriculture in general to what is happening to other professional bodies. The curriculum of medicine is not deficient just because you have a teaching hospital that the person...
So how then do we develop interest? Because in the first place, you know that those who even study agriculture, just very few students apply for agriculture, in universities.
Yes.
Most of them are pushed there maybe because they didn't meet the cutoff for one course or the other. How then do you develop that interest on the part of the agricultural extension workers and also on the part of farmers? Because you have said interest is the key thing here to get success in this field. How do we develop that interest?
You see, interestingly, all of us here belongs to one university or the other. I'm telling you that the interest in agriculture is beginning to change. Because I can tell you, for example, with the 52 colleges of agriculture we have in this country, there's no college of agriculture that does not produce a minimum of 200 students in agriculture. Now, talk about the universities. They are no more running looking for students the way you see. So there are people, but you need to bring up interest. And the interest here is this. Have we ever thought of a policy where we said, okay, let our graduates be encouraged? Instead of, for example, the Anko Borrowers program, throwing money to political supporters. Have we ever thought about a policy that would say each university should be able to present the best social number of students, and we use this Anko Borrowers money in order to encourage them to go into agriculture? Have we done that? If we do that, I can tell you, quite possibly, you will find some people that are ready to take that up. And that is exactly what other states are doing. Like the Niger state, you have cited example. I know in Ekiti state, for example, I know that was being done. But rather than just giving money to everybody, why don't we center on those that have read agriculture, graduates of agriculture? Because one, they have the rudimentary knowledge. It will not take too much of an agricultural extension to actually convince them or to actually tell them what is there. But the capital needs to be there. You cannot read agriculture and then come out and begin to drive kabu on the street and you say that you're going to encourage people. Now, if we have Anko Borrowers program, if we have a specialist program, farmer money, farmer this, these are the people we should concentrate on and try to give them all those encouragement for them to be able to go into agriculture.
All right.